So, I mean, obviously the number one thing when people look at especially supplements, like the quality to me is something they have some of the best qualities. I mean, there are other good supplements out there. Like I'm not oblivious to there are other good supplements, but First Form for me has been the best quality of supplements I've used. I have a sensitive stomach and I have stuff that messes with me and theirs just didn't. And that's why I originally started using their stuff. So quality of supplements, that would probably be number two. The first thing is the people behind it, because most companies you're going to buy whatever it is, if it's clothes or supplements, whatever it may be, you're going to buy it and that's that. You have your thing, whatever. When you go through First Form or First Form Outdoors, you're going to have people following up with you. You have the Facebook group where you have a whole community of people that are there to help out with everything.
What's going on? Hope you're having a great one. Today I have Tristan, part of First Form Outdoors community. Tristan loves to elk hunt. He's been doing it ever since he could walk up in Idaho. He loves getting great shots with a camera, loves going to the gym. He's a young dude. I'm excited to share his story, why he has chosen First Form and First Form Outdoors with you guys. Before we get into this conversation, I just want to remind you that it is an open invitation to you to come and join us over at the First Form Outdoors Facebook group. The link is down below. Also, we're going to be discussing the app today and other features of First Form. I'm going to leave all those links down below so that you can get into the app throughout this month of the video launching. I'm going to tell you guys, you can get a free month, free 30 days, if I can English, free 30 days in the app with your first purchase of First Form. Using the links below, you can shoot me an email with your screenshots. If you have any questions about it, shoot me an email, send me a message over on Instagram. More than happy to help you guys out. I'm really excited to share Tristan's story, to continue our journey through why First Form Outdoors for so many people, everything from the West Coast to the East Coast, bass fishermen, elk hunters, people that are just loving to get outdoors, no matter what it is. And we want to invite you to that. So tune in here, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. Subscribe to the channel as we continue to grow. I really appreciate it. I also want to remind you, I'm giving a fully built out bow away once we hit 10,000 subscribers here on the YouTube channel. So check that out as well. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And of course, get out, live your life, and love it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the RedBeard Outdoors podcast. This is the week that we're talking about First Form and First Form Outdoors. I'm bringing people on from literally coast to coast that are involved in First Form, from all walks of life, from bodybuilders to CrossFitters to people that don't use gym equipment to do their workouts, hunters, anglers, everything in between. And Tristan falls into the more bodybuilding style and absolutely loves elk hunting up there in Idaho. And so there's a lot that Tristan's got to offer as far as knowledge is concerned, and he definitely knows what he's talking about, and he applies his knowledge. But I wanted to bring Tristan on today, and we didn't plan our hats. It's funny, we turned the camera on. I was like, no way. Like, absolutely love Montana Knife Company, of course, but with First Form and First Form, well, I guess first of all, Tristan, for people who don't know who you are, who are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 24 years old, like you said. I mean, I hunt in Idaho, so that's where born and raised in North Idaho. Grew up in a super small town, and literally since I can remember, I've been out hunting. So hunting has always been my dad, all of us, my brothers, my sister, we were all involved in hunting since he could bring us in the woods. And then fitness more so became a thing when I graduated high school. So mainly, yeah, I just grew up in a small town. Hunting's always been like my main focus. And then kind of fitness has blended into that now, and just trying to blend those two things together. But yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, there's not much to it. That's grew up in a small town, played some sports and stuff, but hunting was always like the main focus of my life.
Oh, for sure. That's definitely, and that's pretty cool. Growing up in North Carolina myself, I don't know. I guess the hunting out there is different, the way you grow up in it, and out here. I mean, what was the age that you started hunting?
So when I started hunting, the legal age you could start hunting big game was 12. That's now changed to 10. But 12 was when I shot my first deer. And I think I didn't shoot my first elk until I was 13. I think that first year, and I ended up missing 2 elk with my bow that first year I hunted. But and then small game and stuff like grouse and that kind of stuff. When I was like 10 years old, you could hunt that type of stuff. Um, Fishing, I really got into trapping too. That was a huge thing for me when I was in high school. So I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, big game and stuff that started from like 12 years old, and then from then on out, big game hunting was like the main focus. Elk and deer mostly.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I could definitely understand. I think I've kind of wondered why kids aren't allowed to hunt out west as much as they are
Mhm.
out east in southern states. But with a bow, it makes sense. You're not able to pull enough poundage back at a younger age to be able to kill an animal, and then, or at least you know ethically kill an animal, and then
Yeah.
being able to hike certain places that you go to out here for hunting and shooting the rifle that you would need to shoot. Like it makes sense. It makes sense why you wouldn't
Hmm.
necessarily want to have someone younger than 12 hunt, but they can
Yeah.
still go out with you. I think 11-year-olds can go out as a monitored hunter or something like that with Utah. They have a law that they
Oh
just
yeah.
passed,
Yep.
that they could come out like a mentorship or something like that. But
Yeah. That
anyway,
sounds.
yeah, no, that's really cool. So with everything that you do, because you're big into bodybuilding, you've
Mhm.
done some shows, if I understand that
Yeah.
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Okay.
done 2 shows. The first one, I mean, when I got into fitness, that was never like a thing that I thought about,
Hmm.
like a physique competition or anything. But then I did one in Texas, and I just was not ready for it. So I at least knew I needed to do one more because it like ate at me. I wanted to do good in one. So I ended
Right.
up doing another one, and I placed second in it. I still didn't get first, which still is nagging at me to make me want to do another one. But yeah, that was the bodybuilding type of lifting. I really got into that. And that's how I kind of got into first form and everything with that.
Oh, that's cool. So with that, getting into first form and having some competitions under your belt, because that takes a lot of work. For people that don't know much about bodybuilding, it's not just you go lift some weights and you take some magic drug and it fixes your body and chisels you out. Even if
Hmm.
you are taking a steroid or a performance enhancing drug, a PED of some sort, you still have to have your nutrition dialed. You have to have your workouts dialed. You have to have your water intake. Like there's so much that goes into it that I don't think people understand. But with going up on stage and putting the effort into that, you said you got introduced to first form. So what was kind of your first interaction with first form?
So I want for the life of me, because it's been, oh man, 3.5, maybe almost 4 years since I've started like kind of doing stuff with verse form. And I want to say I was just scrolling through social on Instagram, and one of their supplement ads or something popped up. And I went and I started looking through the company, and I found Andy's stuff and his podcast. And I just kind of found out what the company was about. And I was like, that's when the Legionnaire program type of thing I saw, apply to become a Legionnaire. So I was like, oh, this looks cool. Got on a FaceTime call, like an interview type of call with Jeff Frazier. And that was like, he just talked to me. We talked for a while, and I was like, this is a cool dude. Like, this company is everything that I stand for. So I just wanted to be a part of it. And since, I mean, it's been 3.5, 4 years, something like that. And then further down that road is when first Phorm Outdoors, because I didn't even know it was a thing for a long time, that it was established, that Jake had started. I didn't even know that it was a thing until Jeff had told me about it.
Oh, that's awesome. So you went through, you did your interview, and then you
Mhm.
started looking at First Form Outdoors. Now, what I guess so, but why did First Form? Why was that attractive to you when there's so many supplement companies out on the market right now? First Form's definitely more based in the East or Midwest. When
Mhm.
out west, there's a ton of supplement companies that would be more marketed and geared towards what you're into and already that way before First Form Outdoors. Why did you choose First Form over the other options that were out there?
Yeah, this is kind of cool because I had been with another supplement company before First Form, and it was pretty much like an affiliate type of program. And they're
Hmm.
pretty much like, "Hey, here's your discount code. Get some products, sell our stuff." I was like, "All right." So I kind of figured that was how like every supplement company was. Then after I had initially just looking at like the First Form products and everything and the clothes and stuff and listening to Andy, it all looked appealing. So that drew me in at first. It just looked appealing to be a part of. Then when I found out all the education that came with getting into that program, like how much education they pour into you about supplementation and about helping people, that locked me in when I found that out when we were on that Zoom call, because I didn't know that before I got on that call. So once I figured that stuff out, I was like, oh yeah, I'm completely like, this is what I want to do, because they're investing in you. Whereas most companies, or a lot of them that I know of, they'll shoot you a discount code and they'll say, hey, here, we'll send you some free stuff and sell our supplements or clothes or whatever it may be.
So it came down to basically the quality of the interactions that you'd had, and that it wasn't just some kind of affiliate link. It was more in depth than that.
Yeah, and also, I mean, they had established core values. I mean, a lot of companies just they don't go in that depth with stuff, and a lot of their core values and their morals, honestly, just lined up with mine. And the fact that the head people there and everyone that works there, they just have common sense and they're not afraid to say what they think and what they think is right. Whereas most people will hold back on that stuff and not voice something to not get a sale or not make some more money. Whereas First Form, I just noticed like it's just this is what it is. If you don't like it, tough luck. And that that was completely how I aligned with stuff. So
That's really cool. It's something that's truly interesting to see the way that First Form operates and how they actually live the values that they talk about. And like you said, there's no BS where it's like, if you don't like it, that's cool. We understand not everyone's going to like First Form. So, we want you all in, or you can move on, right? You can
yeah,
go find
yeah,
something else. And it's not mean in any way. It's just a matter of fact, just like, yeah, we get it. Like, we're not going to be for everybody. It's just how it is. And so I think that's really cool. What's the, I guess, so then you found out about First Form Outdoors
yeah,
through Jeff. And what was that?
yeah.
Because I guess a lot of people might look at them as two separate entities when really it's one and the same.
Yep,
It's just a branch of First Form that we're reaching out and meeting people where they're at,
yep.
because a lot of the outdoorsmen are not going to want to be those chiseled bodybuilders, so that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
appeal to them. We're trying to find ways to reach out to the people that maybe just want to, I don't know, shed a few pounds and
Yep,
enjoy the outdoors more. So
yep.
what was your, I guess, your migration from mainly First Form to more of the First Form Outdoors team?
Yeah, so I had gotten on a call. Well, I had been on coaching calls with Jeff, and he told me, he was like, "Hey," because he knew I was into hunting, and hunting had taken a back burner for like the previous
Mm,
3.5 years because fitness was what I completely dove into, and I didn't realize that it was really messing with me because hunting had been such a big part that I had just completely let fitness take over. And
yeah.
Jeff was like, "Hey," he's like, "there's this guy here. I think you guys are like could get along really well. Let me set you up on a call." And then Jake and I got on a call, and this had been, I want to say, like 8 months or something after the First Form Outdoors Instagram page had started. So, and I didn't have any clue about it. And he told me about it, and I was like, oh hell yeah! I was like, I love this idea. And Jake and we got along like right off the bat. I was like, oh yeah, elk hunter, like all the same type of stuff we were interested in. And then just from then, him and I had been on just as many calls as Jeff and I as my main coach. So we just from there on out we're on calls all the time. I think it was right before the first knockdown challenge actually is when I kind of started getting involved with all the First Form Outdoor stuff. And obviously that kind of helped put me right back on my right path too, with mixing hunting and fitness, because I'd been so focused on just fitness and was so like obsessed with trying to become a First Form athlete, and like all around fitness was like just all I was focusing on because I thought that's what I needed to focus on.
Mm.
So the First Form Outdoors thing just kind of blended both the things that I love the most together.
No, for sure. Definitely understand that. And again, that's kind of where we're at. We want to be able to reach people like you that are into fitness, and the outdoors, like heavy into fitness and enjoy the outdoors, and also the people that are maybe not so heavy into fitness and are learning and are new to that, but want to know a way that they can extend their years so that they can share this with their kids, their grandkids, and their great grandkids down the line. Whether you're a whitetail hunter, whether you're a bass fisherman, whether you just enjoy camping, whatever it is, we want you to be able to live longer and enjoy it. So that's what it's all about for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and it
So
was oh, go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so when I first like fitness, like you said, I was just completely like into bodybuilding and stuff at first. So I kind of neglected. I never stopped hunting. I still kind of hunted, on the weekends and stuff for the 3 or 4 years that I was really into the bodybuilding stuff. And I thought, because I grew up like super skinny. I was always a very skinny kid. So I'd put on a bunch of weight, and that next hunting season came around. I was like, oh, hunting's going to be so much easier. I'm way stronger. And it actually made it worse because all I did was bodybuilding stuff. I hadn't focused on any cardio or anything. So I was packing around an extra 20, 30 pounds, and my cardio health was just garbage. So when I got the first Phorm Outdoors stuff started coming in, it kind of helped me just reprioritize, and I started focusing on, like, this last year, I trained specifically for hunting season, and it was a night and day difference. Like I was out a lot this year. I was out almost the whole month of September, all of October almost, and it just helped kind of put me in a different direction that I feel like that's where I needed to be for training wise and that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense. And that's definitely something too that people don't understand. It doesn't just have to be fat that you've
Yeah.
gained that makes it more difficult in the
Yes.
mountains or wherever you're at. It's weight is weight when
Yep.
your body
Yep.
is concerned about moving itself. So it just depends on what your goals are. And it's funny that
Yep.
you encountered that. So
Oh,
yeah. So with that being said, what would be, say someone comes to you and says, again, I've got all these different options out there on the market.
mhm.
There's these other great companies as well. Why would you tell that person that First Phorm and First Phorm Outdoors is the way to go when they're getting into this new year, 2024? They're wanting to better their nutrition, get better help with their fitness, and accomplish their outdoors goals for the year, and their fitness and health nutrition goals for the year. Why First Phorm and First Phorm Outdoors? Give me your top 3 reasons.
So, I mean, obviously the number one thing when people look at especially supplements, like the quality to me is something. They have some of the best qualities. I mean, there are other good supplements out there. Like, I'm not oblivious to there are other good supplements, but First Phorm for me has been the best quality of supplements I've used. I have a sensitive stomach, and I have stuff that messes with me, and theirs just didn't. And that's why I originally started using their stuff.
Mm.
So quality of supplements, that would probably be number two. The first thing is the people behind it, because most companies you're gonna buy whatever it is, if it's clothes or supplements, whatever it may be, you're gonna buy it and that's that. You have your thing, whatever. When you go through First Phorm or First Phorm Outdoors, you're gonna have people following up with you. You have the Facebook group where you have a whole community of people that are there to help out with everything. It's crazy, dude, because I've seen so many companies and like bought stuff, and it's just a sale. That's all it is. You buy something and that's that. With First Phorm and First Phorm Outdoors, there's people there to help you with, like, I've went through their customer service and emailed them just to see what the experience was like. And you're going to have someone there like almost right away to help with anything that you need. So I would say the people is number one, just behind the brand. And even people that don't work there, like even people that are like just involved with the brand, if you walked up to them and asked them anything, they're going to help you, because the type of people that the brand attracts is the type of people that are going to help you if you need something.
Exactly.
So I would say the people's number one, quality of supplements. And then, I mean, honestly, that's the top two that come to my mind when I think about it. And then just the no like BS behind, like, I just like companies that are pretty straightforward with stuff. They're like, hey, this is what it is. Like, if you don't like it, tough luck. Like, there's no dancing around stuff. If you like, and a lot of people aren't going to like it. They just won't like First Phorm, and that's okay. There's plenty of other options out there, but those are for sure my top two reasons why I'm a part of it and why I recommend it to people.
Exactly. No, that's awesome. I really appreciate that, and that's definitely a good couple of reasons. The education behind it, the follow through, the quality of the supplements again. It's just something that is unmatched, and what people don't understand is just everything from the way you make the protein, and then of course no fillers. It's not like a bag of Lay's potato chips where you open it up and half the bag is air. Like it's actually, the bottle is full of protein or whatever it is that you're ordering, to the point where sometimes it's annoying because you actually have to dig for the scoop.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
Exactly. So, but that's awesome. Those are good 3 reasons, and it's definitely something I want people to recognize. Like everything from someone who's been hunting their whole life, like yourself, up in Idaho, again, all the way to an angler, to people that enjoy camping, even RV camping, whatever it may be that gets you outdoors. Skiing. I haven't even touched on snow sports because I'm not a snow sports guy, but there's tons of stuff that with snow sports that people get into, especially out here out west. It's just, there's so many reasons why we should take care of our health, and we usually let it slip us by because we've got so much other stuff going on to concern ourselves with, that we forget about it until we're hungry, and then by that time it's too late to meal prep, and we're just grabbing whatever we have available. So definitely for people out there that want to know more about First Phorm, about First Phorm Outdoors, feel free to reach out to Tristan. Feel free to reach out to me. We definitely want you to at least guide you to where you can get your one-on-one advisor, how you can get in on the supplements that maybe you want to add to your nutrition plan, so you can hit your goals, your fitness and nutrition goals throughout the year. If you're interested in anything when it comes to hunting, I'm not an expert. Tristan's been hunting longer than I have, even though he's younger. He's like 12. So, Oh wait, sorry. You've got some fuzzy now. So you've bumped up. Now you've hit puberty. So
okay. The consensus seems to be that I'm around 12 to 14. So
12 to 14. So you had to grow some scruff. It's all right. I mean, Halloween's over. You could take it off now. Like,
hey, gotta let it get somewhere.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks so much, Tristan. I really appreciate your time. Again, guys, I'm going to leave a link down below where you can find Tristan. Actually, Tristan, go ahead and shout it out to people as well. Where they find you?
My Instagram is my main. It's just Tristan Samp. That's my Instagram. And then YouTube is just Tristan Sampson, just my name. So that's where I do most of my stuff. So
perfect. Yep. I will leave the links down below, guys, where you can find that. And then, of course, getting into the First Phorm Outdoors community on Facebook, I'm going to leave that link down below as well. We want you there. Even if you don't have a Facebook, it's worth getting a private Facebook. You don't even necessarily have to put a picture up, but we want you in the community because you're going to find that you're going to find tools there that you wouldn't find anywhere else. And you can't get them just from signing up for the emails or going into First Phorm. This is a whole another ball game getting into that community. So, with that being said, thanks so much for your time, Tristan. I really appreciate it. Guys, have a fantastic day. And, of course, get out, live your life, and love it.